Hello gamers, this is Brain from GameBrain.media. We're going to play MotoGP 24. I got through the first three portions, or first three races of the career, which gives you an opportunity to be selected by a MotoGP, GP2, or GP3 team. I decided I still need to practice because I am not good at this. So, I went ahead and selected a career in MotoGP 3. So I'm going to go ahead and choose continue career. I'm going to start out at Qatar, apparently. I'm on a Honda, Team Asia Honda, 250cc, NSX, I think, NSX Honda. And let's go. Finish in front of our Yamanaka in the standings, within 3 GPs. Oh, look at that. We're only doing 3. Oh man, did I restart my career? Oh, I hope not. Oh well. It'll be better practice. Now, I kind of have taken to...
Greetings from the Losail circuit. The first Moto3 class qualifying session is about to begin, and riders will have to fight for the last 4 places available to enter Q2.
Oh, okay. Alright, so starting out in Qatar. I am listed last in pre-qual. I'm usually just going to run one qualifier, skip the second qualifier. I'll start in the middle of the pack. It's using adaptive AI, which means they're going to be on my tail or they're going to adjust to my speed no matter what, as I understand it. So we're going to start with qualifying. And going to go ahead and hit go to the track. I haven't messed with bike setup at all. Oh, live session. Oh, personal times. I have none here. Live session. Oh, I could watch the other people do stuff. And I have no idea what's going on here. Let's see, settings. We are on these settings. Race ranking, timing indicator, race pace. I wonder if I disable that, if it gets rid of the... I don't know what that does. Let's see. Enable or disable the race pace of the last 5 laps, the session record, and the gap from the record. Enable or disable the race pace of the last 5 laps, the session record, and the gap from the record. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Select how your bike's... Tachometer appears. Activate or deactivate the timer indicator, which shows current lap time. Race ranking. Real-time leaderboard. I want all that crap on. I'm running at 3840 by 2160, which is typically referred to as UHD, Ultra High Def. It's not exactly 4K. 4K is 4,000 lines of resolution, but we're getting in the weeds there. Oops. Dagnabbit. Let's go back to settings. Go back to video. Okay, I want to make sure VSync is off. Now, I've gone ahead and overridden some of these settings. Yep. In the NVIDIA graphics card control panel. Alright, so let's go to the track with a flying start.
There's movement
for the
in
first
the
qualifying session.
The bike is ready and the rider is about to take to the track.
Yep, I always race as a girl, because if I'm going to be watching somebody's ass on the back of a motorcycle, it's going to be usually a girl. And you know what, this race, I'm going to back off a camera length. It gives you a little more time to react. And there you go. straight to the pavement. And that's all the further back I get to go? What happened? What? What? Alright, well. Well, there it is. I was going to try to figure out how to turn off the damn racing line. It's very distracting. I want to start just looking to the corner. Because I never follow the racing line anyway. I mean, I know I'm supposed to. It does go outside, inside, outside, inside. It takes you to the apex from a better setup position than I ever give myself. Kind of tells you where to. Oh, yeah, nab that guy. Tells you where to tip in. Oh, and there he comes again, second time. So you notice I got electronics on the tachometer over there to the lower right. Forgot to look up what those mean. TCS is traction control system. AW is, man, I don't remember. Power is how harsh the power comes on, and if the rear tire is going to spin out. Trying to be smoother on my little diddle stick with the left. See, clearly, I'm not following the line. But when it's on, I do get fixated on looking at it and just using it to judge speed because the color. Realistically, I just want it to go away because it's distracting to me. And I gotta figure out how to turn it off. I have a hard time remembering this track. I've run it in other games, not necessarily GP or Moto games. So I'm in, I've got the fastest qualifying lap so far. Yikes! But I am also using adaptive AI. So those guys are going to probably not set their lap time until I've set mine. These are going to adapt to my lap speeds, right? My lap times. My overall speed. I wonder if they break it down by sections. Oh, this track gets pretty busy, doesn't it? Where's my lap? Laps? How many laps have I done? don't know. Well, I guess I got 7 more minutes to go, so there's that. Wow, 2:18. That's a pretty long lap time. Some of the other tracks I was running 1:47. I mean, I'm not setting lap records by any means, but... Alright, the long straight. Into not quite a hairpin, but pretty roundabout corner. I am definitely starting to smooth out, having to use the rewind a lot less. Beginning to figure out how to get into the corner with both brakes. Not just the rear and slide it, not just the front and push it. Oh! Speak of the devil. That was actually looked like it was from coming on under power. Even though I got, what do you call it, power setting at 3. I gotta remember, I think 1 means it will give you the least amount of power, or the least amount of rear tire spin out, but that also affects your overall acceleration, as I understand it. And then if you go up to power level 2, 3, and I think it only goes up to, no, it might go up to 5. But if you're at the max, then, oh no, 3 is the max. Oh crap. Well, I might have that wrong. Maybe 1 is, it spins out the easiest. I'll have to look that up. There are people who've done videos on that particular thing, specifically. Just go to YouTube and search for MotoGP 24, TCS, AW, EBS, PWR, and you will find a video with that exact words, those exact words in the title. And then that guy will explain that whole process as he understands it. And maybe he, took the time to look at the little help system tool tips that pop up when you're out there. Man, 4 more minutes to go, and I still have, and it's 2:17 per lap, so that's 2 more laps. All right, so I just finished that one. 2:17. That was my fastest lap. Oh no, my last lap was 2:17.628. Oh man, I'm looking at the clock, I'm looking at the timings, and I'm not paying attention to the track, and crash time. Let's get it straight. I mean, I'm in first, and those guys are 1.3 seconds behind me, so they're not probably going to catch me in the next 2 laps. I'm not really going to worry about it. Probably not going to set a barn burner lap on this go round. Especially considering I just had to do a rewind. That never bodes well. Kind of means I'm getting distracted, bored and distracted, right? I started looking at the lap timings instead of paying attention to the track and looking as far ahead on the track as I can. I keep staring at that frickin' blue line, man. I gotta figure out how to turn that off. See, where are the brake markers, dude? Gonna go down the front straight. Coming to that turn, I'm at 109. Can I get down across the finish line in that 7-second gap or period of time? No, not even close. Gonna be a long lap. Alright, but this lap we might be able to set the final hot lap. Getting myself trained to look farther ahead, look through the turn, look at the exit, not the entrance, or not where I'm at. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Just keep drilling that into your head. Look at the exit. Position yourself to enter the corner properly, and then look at the exit. Helps me definitely keep properly leaned over instead of wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Even though I wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Didn't get on the gas early enough. I could have, I should have. Oh, yeah, I felt it coming. When I got off on that side, boom. I really want to be way down in here, tighter earlier, and then be able to get to the outside of this turn, and then get in there. Oh, shit! I looked down for one split second at the track in front of me. Ah, bummer. Instead of looking ahead, looking ahead, looking ahead. I blew that lap time. Getting close, getting close. See, I just can't do this. 15 minutes of, what was that, 5 laps of qualifying, and then another 5 laps of qualifying. And then we finally get to go to the race. Oh, I'm at 2:04 on the exit. That might actually be a best lap. No. Oh, can I get across the line in less than 3 seconds? 4 seconds. Bam! There it is.
Look at the final
my fastest lap
of the first Moto3 class qualifying session.
I think.
You can see the names of the
man,
four
my hands
riders
are
who
hurting.
just gain access to Q2 on the screen.
All right, qualifying session 1. I'm first. If I skip it, it should put me in the middle of the pack, but it doesn't. It puts you at about like 18th. It puts you about 3/4 back. Man, I just don't want to do another 5 laps. Let me think about it for a second. Oh boy. Well, I'm going to go ahead and continue. And I might skip it and go straight to the race.
Good morning and welcome back to the track for the second Moto3 class qual.
Well. Oh, wait a minute. It says right there, riders from Q1. I'm in the top 4. I get to pass. Does that mean the people in qualifier 2 may have beat my lap time, and that's why I don't get to start at the front?
There's movement in the pits. The bike is ready and the rider is about to take to the track.
Why didn't I get to... Oh, shit. This is qualifying 2. I screwed up. I should have just gone straight to the track. Wait, okay, so wait, what if I return to the pit?
The direction takes us inside the pit, where the team is waiting for its rider to return.
Okay, weekend management. I'm going to skip Q2 and go to the race. Damn it.
Let's take a look at the final ranking of the second Moto3 class qualifying session. That's the end of our broadcast. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Qualifier 2, I ended up in 18th place because I started it and then dropped out. But I ran a 216, and these guys ran a 218. So I should still be at the front. I had the fastest lap, 216.
From the starting grid, where technicians and engineers are carrying out final checks on the bike before the start. The sun has set over the Qatar desert, and the sand brought onto the track by the wind will make it difficult for riders to get good grip during the early stages of the race. Temperatures have dropped considerably compared to this afternoon, so many teams have opted for soft tyres.
Many teams have opted for soft tires. You know what? I'm going to try it.
The riders are lined up. It's important to have warmed up the tyres to avoid problems on turn 2 and 6. All eyes on the lights. Everything's ready for the start of the Qatar Grand Prix.
So I do seem to see a little better visual quality with the NVIDIA graphics settings tweaked, but I should probably turn down my gamma because I'm still seeing a little bit of overblown lighting. Now I gotta remember it's a long racetrack, and I have a long I have a lot of time to work my way through the pack here. But I can't let him get away. Yikes. They're getting away. Yeah. I'm off to a rough start here. Not having a good time. Oh man, I thought I was going to get through there, but then I thought, oh no, I'm going to get called out for cutting the track right there. So let's try to play this a little more cleanly. Keeping it between the paint. Boom. Then I ram a guy. Never have liked Qatar. I'm working my way up through the pack. I am trying to keep it between the paint. I am trying not to ram other people. I'm trying. But they're begging for it. No, I'm kidding. No, clearly I have some kind of bizarre advantage that I was able to pull such speed on this straight and gain on so many riders, and then so many of them went wide. It's kind of curious. Well, they do that a lot, actually. They blow the first turn a lot. From what I've seen, on the other couple tracks I've done the adaptive AI. Bad guys. Alright. Boom, and there we are. We're in second place on the second lap. And here we are in first place on the second lap. So, like I said, well, it may not have made it into the video because I've done a lot of editing. Oh, I lost it. As I was trying to say, adaptive AI, I read, doesn't kick in until you're several races in, because it takes some time for you to get scores on the board, and then the adaptive AI begins to catch up. And they realize it. Oh, okay, he comes out really crappy in the first couple laps with really crappy lap times, and then he finishes strong. Or, you know, they begin to read your pattern, your overall lap time, or your individual lap times and your overall race time, and they realize that you're not really running an average, or that you are running a very consistent average, etc. And that's when that adaptive AI starts to give you a good race for your money right up at the front to the very end of the race. But, as I also said previously, and I'm not sure this is true, I'm just speculating that, you know, they want you to win. The game wants you to win. They want you to keep playing. They want you to enjoy the game. They want you to say, man, that was really fun, because you had a good race. You had a good experience, and you won the race. Most importantly. That's what's going to make you enjoy the game and say, yeah, that was fun. I've played racing games where it's damn near impossible to win, especially when you start running without any of the driving aids, and you're running full sim settings, you're running on the hardest AI difficulty. I don't do that anymore because I'm old now. But back in the day, hell yeah, man, it was impossible to beat games. Now, we all want a trophy. No, I'm kidding. I'm still from that era where we didn't all get a trophy, dude. Well, we did if we were in the top 3. That's it. First, second, and third. You might have got a t-shirt just for signing up. Like for some 5K run stuff. But you don't get a medal if you're in the top 3. And end of story. You don't get a trophy either. Some things, you know, for running you get medals, and football and stuff you get trophies. Track team, you get trophies. Sometimes you get medals. At the end of the season you might get a plaque if you're one of the best on the team. Alright, let's look at my... Oh, I set a 2:15 in the race, whereas I only qualified with a 2:16 lap time. So that's good, that's good, that's good. And here we are at 206 coming out of this turn. No, I don't think I'm going to beat that 215. Not on that lap. Too far away from the finish line right now. Going to finish at about 217 maybe? Yep. Trying to get my coast on. Not being so hard on the brakes, or being hard enough on the brakes at the beginning that I don't have to brake in the middle of the turn. As soon as I say stuff like that, guess what happens? I have to brake in the middle of the turn, or I have to do whatever I said I was trying not to do. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Getting a little smoother in the corners, not being so jerky. Of course, what happens? I just set it and then boom, I go wide. Screw that up big time. But I am still 4.8 seconds ahead of the pack. Oh no, I lost a whole second right there. If there was a silent point there, it's because I was coughing. I tried to mute. Didn't always work. Oh my gosh, this is only the 4th lap. No! That's not what I wanted. I was trying to figure out which key is tuck in. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's a key to, like, suck your bike down to the ground and give you better traction. Can't remember what that's called, but I'm going to have to try that in the next straightaway. Oh, last lap. I think it's pushing forward on the right stick. Man, I'm 6.7 seconds ahead of the pack. And as soon as I say it, I'm looking at the clock instead of the track, and I go off-road. Alright, long story short, after just, I guess this is my 4th race, I would say this game is an absolute recommend. I'm having fun, it's enjoyable, but for $60, the asking price right out of the box, right out of the gate, new release, I would say no. I wouldn't play this game for 60 hours. I'll easily play it 20 hours, maybe even 40, but $20? Hell yeah, I would buy it in a heartbeat. $40? Nah, I think I'd wait. I think 30 bucks is my sweet spot, and I would probably go with that. But I would also want to check out, is there any deal,
As the Moto3
and
riders
how long to
perform
beat.
their final lap, let's take a look at the final ranking of the race,
There it
which
is.
has just finished.
I finished first here. I finished first in qualifier 1. Finished last in qualifier 2 because I quit. So let's see what happens. Oh, let's watch the replay. So the replay is only going to be good for 2 or 3 laps. Once I get out in the lead, then who cares? Because I drew out a 7-second lead. You know, I was off to a rough start, back of the pack, picking my way through, falling bikes, falling riders. Oh, look at the rear end! Whoa! Boy's riding crazy. Yeah, the replay looks a lot better with some of the enhancements that I did in the NVIDIA graphics control panel, specific to this particular EXE, this game. You can find all kinds of people offering that kind of assistance. But you know, I might touch on that in a video somewhere along the line. I wish I could figure out how to get my freaking personal number put on the bike. It's a shame we can't have triple digits because I always like to run 411. Which is because if you are familiar with the old telephone system, 411 used to be the information line. Instead of dialing operator, you dial 411. That's where the origins of the recorded message came from. Robocalls. Robo receiver. Here we go, man. Oh. Yeah, this part, I mean, dude, even if I qualified and started in the first position, then I would just lead the whole race almost. I can't wait for the adaptive AI to kick in and start, you know, challenging me a little bit. I mean, getting ahead of them by 7 seconds in the last 2 or 3 laps. Seems kind of sad for them. But I could also try to start, you know, and I will. I'm going to start turning off the aids. I'm also going to start trying to clean up my act, stay between the paint as much as possible, not bump into guys like I just did there, not cut under guys. I mean, yeah, you have to cut under guys at times, but not to the risk of them, you know, not shoving them off the track. That's not cool. So I'm going to try to start playing single player as if I was playing multiplayer, right? Trying not to touch people, yeah, and you know, waving people off and stuff like that. Alright, so here it is, move for first place. I think I get him once, then he gets me back. Yep, I blew the turn there. Then I thought I thought he got me back earlier than that. Oh, look at the rear end of me. Look at me slide. Oh, and then I screw up. That's when he comes back at me. And that's when he gets me. Now, that was really exciting. That was fun. Then I get him back. And then I never see him again. Oh, I'm wrong. I saw him for a second. Does he get under me again? Now see, that's when it's fun. If the AI could be that competitive and that tight on your ass the whole time, that's to me what adaptive AI would be, where it would make the race that close, you know? I find it really hard to believe that I was able to draw out such a lead. But hey, like I said, lots of fun. I would definitely pay $20, no problem for this game. Now see, here's where I'll probably lose this in editing, but as I've mentioned before in earlier videos, and I might be repeating myself, but if you didn't see the earlier videos, then I'm not repeating myself because you heard this before. But MotoGP and all these stupid sports games and crap, they should adopt the model that I actually was putting forward on every comment I left on every game everywhere, and that's actually under a different YouTube ID because I didn't want to, risk polluting GameBrain's ID if somebody's got their panties in a bunch. But under another ID, I would go ahead and say things like, look, please, developers, please make a game that you can put out there and it lasts for 5 or 10 years. Just like, let's see, Assetto Corsa, like R Factor 1. Give it updates, change the physics, improve the physics as your user base improves, as your developers improve, and just continue to improve that game engine and make it a 5-year engine. And maybe that's $50 or $60 or $70 game that you pay for up front, and then every year give us new content for $20. Man, then you would get, instead of like having 1 million sales at $70 every year, you'd have 5 million sales the first year, or you'd have 10 million sales over the 5-year period or 10-year period, and then you'd have $20 and $20 and $20 and $20 and $20 and $20 for every year of additional content. Like when I bought MXGP 1, I bought the game and saw that, oh, well, it's the same riders, the same bikes, the same tracks, with a number 2 after the MXGP. Game 2, Game 3, Game 4. Then they changed it to 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. And it's just like, not much changed. Yeah, they added one international track that was different. Oh, a rider changed from Honda to Yamaha, so they gave you a new jersey and a new bike. Oh, the bike model got updated, so maybe they gave you a new exhaust system. But see, MX versus ATV Legends is doing exactly that now. So I'm sure they read my comment somewhere. I'm sure they understood that this was AMA King from back in the day talking when I said, give us a good solid game engine and continue to service that for 5 to 10 years of updates for physics and game behavior, and they have done exactly that. They've improved the jump model, they've improved the scrub, they've improved a lot of the physics, they've changed the way the bike reacts in the air when you're launching and landing, and they've changed the way the suspension and the seat bounce, and like they've just either understood the community because we're vocal on the comments of YouTube, or they've understood the YouTubers who are voicing these opinions in videos, and then they're like, huh, yeah, I think that guy's right. Now then they're releasing like, let's say Season Pass 1, and that has a certain year attached to it. So MX versus ATV Legends, well, let's just guess. Let's just say it came out in 2020. They came out with Season 1. Okay, let's call that Season 2021, Season 2022, Season 2023, Season 2024. And they're giving us the national tracks. Now, they can't get the Supercross license because Monster Energy has the Supercross license. And they're putting out a brand new game, a full game, an isolated game where 2024, that's all you get. You get those tracks for that year. That's it. That's $60. See you later, sucker. See, that's bullshit. That's the way Milestone is doing this game. And that's how they do MXGP. And that's Milestone's model, is it's a new game for full price. And, okay, well, I bought that last year. I'm not going to buy it again and again and again and again and again. But they could get my money if they made me buy it 1 year at full price for a really good engine that they're going to continue to improve upon. And they're going to give me new content every year that I'm going to pay $20 for as DLC. And then they would have me $50 my first year, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Boom, we have a brand new engine. $50, 20, 20, 20, 20, because they made a really badass, good quality engine. Instead of, oh, new game, totally different. It's not totally different. Yeah, it's got different paint jobs, different uniforms, different rider names. No, it's not totally different. It's the same damn game over and over and over. So hopefully you're picking up what I'm throwing down. I hope everybody gets it. Anyway, yes, we did run the last 2 laps with me in the lead, and I'm happy to say that I am still in the lead. So anyway, that's really how I feel. Tell me how you really feel, and I just did. I mean, I would love to see that kind of big initial game engine platform release, and then continued attention to the community and their complaints that, oh, hey, this is a problem. This isn't the way it used to work in Reflex. Okay, well, you may not ever get your wish for bringing back some of the physics of Reflex, but if the scrub ain't working and everybody complains, yeah, this sucks, then, you know, then the company responds and changes that. Like what I've heard about MotoGP 2023, excuse me, and MotoGP 2024 is 2023 had a really strong gyroscope effect, and when you got under gas in the corner, the bike would automatically lift up. Well, that's not how the bikes actually work. Sometimes, I mean, yes, it's not as strong as it was in 2023, but in 2024, people are complaining that it is an actual physics event when that, you know, crankshaft and pistons start spinning, that bike's going to behave differently. And the Ducati being a twin, or whatever bikes being twins and whatever bikes being inline, they definitely do have different handling characteristics from bike to bike to bike to bike. So all those kinds of things, they could get that feedback and they could put into the same engine, keep improving and refining and purifying that original game engine, platform, system, and then give us a new season. Give us a new season. Give us a new season. Hey, the track changed because they straightened out the chicane to make it safer for the riders. The bikes changed because there's a new model year and they've been introduced a new engine from Honda. So the Honda bike model got improved. Sell us that DLC. Give us uniforms. Hey, if I don't just want paint jobs and uniforms, then I'm going to skip that season. Unless you've got new tracks and something better. Like, I bought Formula 1. Its original game. And I never bought another because the tracks didn't change much, the cars didn't change much, right? Drivers didn't change much. I mean, yes, they did over the last 20 years, but, you know, the game is still Formula 1. It's still the classic tracks. It's still the same system, and it just, I think the whole thing would benefit from creating a badass starting point system, and that's all I got to say about that. Let's continue, shall we? Yes, we will. Alright, and there we are. Team Asia is in second place, which I don't understand. How are we 5 points down? Oh, because the other rider didn't finish as high in the points as I did for the team championship.
We're moving to Park Ferme with the live coverage where the three podium...
Alright, so I think I'm starting to pick up on this team thing, but we will see. Alright, the key to success in the next round. I'm going to go ahead and exit this. And I'm going to stop right here for now. And, ooh, continue my career. Why is there a Ducati showing there? Maybe they're just showing off different bikes. That's kind of cool, rather than seeing the same exact scene every time. All right, that's going to do it for this video, and I'll hit you on the next one. Bye.